Greetings truckers, how we all doing? The Grumpy Gaming Dad here, bringing you a review of the Freightliner FLB version 2 by Harven from the Steam Workshop. This is a lovely truck. I've driven this quite a lot already. I'm using it in an upcoming series on the Mexico map as well, and I figured it's so good it does actually need its own review video. Well worth checking out this thing. So we're going to take a quick look, have a run through of the options. So on the cab styles here, we've got two variants. We've got the normal and we've got a cab with a low window. And this is a nice little window, so you can see down off through the passenger door, down to your blind spot and what traffic's next to you. A lovely option that, I really do like that. And whenever it's available on a truck mod, I do like to have that switched on. So they're the only two cab options we have. On the chassis side, we've got two variants on the chassis. Basically, we've got a 4x2 and we have a 6x4, which is clearly slightly longer. Flick between those two. And on each of these, we have two fuel tank options, 180 gallons, 220 and 260. Now, for the purposes of this video and review, we'll keep it to the short wheelbase and we'll keep it to the smaller fuel tank. We don't need to get too extravagant on this one. Yeah, look at that. Very retro style truck. I love that. Engine options. What have we got? We've got a few here built in. We've got some Detroit diesels. We've got some Caterpillars. We've got some Cummins. We vary from 300 horsepower there down to... we've got a 550 Caterpillar there. So again, I think we'll go middle of the road. That's going to be just over 400 or around 400. So let's pick. Oh, do we do a Cat 400 or a Detroit 430? Let's do a Caterpillar 400. That's kind of middle ground. Transmission wise, lots of options here. All Eaton Fuller gearboxes. If you want to keep it really old school, you've got some 6-speed boxes here as well. If you want to really make your life kind of difficult. We've got some 10 speeds, we've got some 18s, and we've got some 13s as well. If we pull down the truck analysis box, we can see the difference in these gearboxes. They all have different rear differential ratios. So this one here quite clearly is good for normal cargo. That's a good high geared freeway box. And then as we come down, we've got ones that get better for heavy cargoes. There we go. Yeah, so you get some heavy cargo benefits to these as well. And I tell you what, that does seem to be linked to the truck engine. I was looking at these options. I had a fairly well balanced 13-speed option between normal and heavy. And I don't seem to have that anymore, so maybe the engine you get also impacts the transmission. That's worth looking into. But that one's good for normal cargo, so we shall pick that because we're not doing anything too drastic today. So what's that? That's a 13-speed Eaton Fuller with a 3.08 rear diff, mated to a 400 brake horsepower Caterpillar engine. Interior options on the cabins. There's only one cabin style, and that is standard. We do get the ability to customise the panelling here later on as we look at the interior accessory points, but this is it, your one option. You've got your big cab over, you've got your engine tunnel there. Yeah, that's it. Nice. Paint schemes, you've got a selection of stock paints. I've also added in some paint schemes or paint jobs from the market as well, from the workshop. We'll look at those in a moment, but as standard, you've got your normal, your flat colours, your pearlescents, your metallics as per usual. And also with this truck, you get a number of custom skins as well. So we've got this mellow yellow, which is, very yellow. You get baby blue, we've got purple FLB, we've got the blue spike for the FLB, we've got the orange and blue, which is actually a favourite of mine. There's something about that does kind of just go, yep, that matches a truck perfectly. That's the right ear up. That looks really good. I do enjoy driving that truck with that paint job. We've got the White Tiger, we've got a Lifestyle Metallic, and if you're into that sort of thing, you've got an Elder Scrolls Online. Now this truck is popular, as I said, so there are plenty of custom skins available in the workshop, and I've put a few on here. We've got this one, which is the Acgo Agricultural Company. I love this paint job, I really do. There's just something about it. I don't know whether it's the nice kind of clean white body. We see all the riveting detail from the cab there. I like this one. We've got a Union Pacific, which is a nice bold, sharp design as well. That looks kind of good if you're into that sort of thing. And we've got a May Trucking, which is obviously a company skin here. Asset numbers on the sides, truck weight detail on the panelling, all looking pretty good. Plenty of skins to choose from. You are not stuck for choice. For the purposes of today, I'm going to go with Acgo because, again, there's something about it that just catches my eye. It's really nice. I like it. So we choose the Acgo. Let's look at the external options, and we do have quite a few. We could spend hours going through the config on this truck, but we're not going to because, why spend ages configuring it when you can drive it? You can choose a state plate of your choice, and we've got all the options under there. Where am I going to be driving this? I'm probably going to be going Washington way if I can get a job up there. Let's put a Washington plate on it. That would be good. What else have we got? We've got the very old style yellow front fog lights. Very in keeping with the truck. We've got various bumper options down here. Oh, little chrome insert. That's nice. We can match it to the paint scheme for the truck for the company, which actually I don't normally do, but that does go kind of well. I might leave the paint on. And you've got bumpers with plenty of accessory points. Now, I have noticed, and there's two negative things I've got to say about this truck. One of them being there's not many accessory options. For instance, here you've got your white chrome lights, your marker lights, and you've got your orange marker lights, and that's it, nothing else. You could possibly put on an accessory pack from the workshop, sissels maybe, something like that. And your mileage may vary, you may get some more options, but as stock, there's not an awful lot you can choose from. And there's some weird choices that come up as well, as we'll see as we progress. If we want to, we can try and find that hidden pip. There we go. If you want to, you can put an oversized load banner on there, and you can make that with the warning flags as well, if that's your thing. I'm not going to do it for this one. You can customize the grille, and when we do this, if we look at the side as well, you get an idea of just how many accessory points you can apply to this truck. There are lots and lots. Here we do get the options of putting spotlights on as well. I'm not going to bother with this, it's going to be a daytime drive. I think we just stick some orange marker lamps on and be done with it. Well, these are FLB specific, are they? Chrome 6 FLB, let's put those on. I'm a bit of a sucker for the old orange marker lamp. It is a failing of mine, I admit it. On one hand, I say I can't be bothered to spend ages customising a truck. On the other hand, I will spend ages putting orange marker lamps all over the damn thing. Oh, those ones go sideways, they're 90 degrees. Look at that. They go down the side of the grille surround. That's interesting. Okay. So they're vertical and those are horizontal. Alright, interesting. Again, plenty of options here for what you want to do. And for some bizarre reason, you can also specify to put spotlights on the side of the truck, which I think is a bit of an oversight. But yeah, we'll forgive it because everything else is so good. Let's stick to this level. Let's work our way round. You've got your usual fender options there. Plastic painted chrome, not a lot to say there. You've got your usual wheel options, steel, painted, chromed, whatever you fancy there. And for tyres, you've got some interesting items here. If you wish to, you've got some premium brands. We've got some Bridgestones, Continentals, Goodyears, and Michelin. if you've got a favourite there you'd like to specify. Keeping going, we've got the tank. You can have aluminium, you can have chrome, or you can have painted. Now that, I noticed with the bigger tanks, the high capacity tanks, the paint scheme appears to be a bit bright. It doesn't really match the striping on the truck, but that one, on the smaller tank, that looks pretty good actually. I don't normally run painted tanks on this, but that doesn't seem too bad. I think we'll leave that. And you can choose the straps as well. You can chrome those up. You can have them painted. Now, they seem kind of bright in relation to the tank. We'll stick to the stock metal straps there. You've got some rear fender options, aluminium, painted, chrome, all the usual good stuff. I think we'll leave those as plastic because why not? It's, yeah, nothing special to say about those. You can choose to paint the chassis rails the same schema as the truck. So there we go. We've got the nice burgundy colour there that matches the tanks, the front bumper, and the pin striping on the truck. That looks pretty good. Similarly, these cross members at the back, you can choose to paint those up as well, although that will be the contrasting white colour to match the cab there. I think that looks pretty good. It's probably a nightmare to keep clean, but it looks pretty good, so we shall stick with that. Mud flap wise, you've got a couple of Freightliner options which are nice, good to see. Why you would choose a chrome badge on a mud flap that's going to get filthy every time you drive, I don't know. But on this particular paint scheme we do have company versions as well, which are nice. These have been painted up to match the truck, and there's something about that I kind of like, so I think we will leave those on. Exhaust stay options, so it's called a rack, but actually this is for the exhaust support. We can even choose to have that painted up in truck colours or chromed up, and that looks pretty good with the paint colour scheme there, the corporate scheme. I think we'll leave that on. And also you get a few options down here near the airline connectors, and you can even put some reversing lights on. So Again, I think that's a great idea. Have those on if you're doing a reverse at night and you're trying to pick up a trailer. A bit of extra lighting there doesn't hurt. And that's pretty much it for the lower part of the truck. So we're going to work our way upwards now. Again, plenty of options to play with up here. On the mirrors, we can choose to have a side mirror, which is a good thing. You can also choose to have a front mirror, so you can see the front of the cab. Obviously this is a cab over truck, so you're actually going to get a chance to see the front of it for a change. Now that will actually get replaced if we put a visor down, and I'm going to put a visor on it, so we'll just look at it for now and go, oh, isn't that pretty, and then we'll take it off. A lot of these options are for interior. We'll come to those when we go inside. What have we got? Visors. Now visors are worthy of a mention because these are a bit odd. It seems to have quite a narrow windscreen, this thing. When you're sat in there, you get a good view outside. But as soon as you put a visor on, it's very, very noticeable from the inside. Now, the first option here, the painted or the chrome, it's kind of a narrow visor. It doesn't get in your way too much. If you move on to the second or third options, and we'll just go on a side view here so we get an idea of what I'm talking about. As soon as we select this visor, and boom, it jumps down and blocks a lot of your line of sight. So if you're driving in a hilly region and you've got an upslope coming up in front of you, you're going to lose a lot of the road. And I've noticed that it's really, really obvious when you're driving this thing. And the visor 3 is even worse. Look how far that comes down. You know, that's in the middle. I would say that's damn near half your windscreen. That is very, very severe. So I would not recommend visor 2 or visor 3 options here. The stock visor though, pretty good. So moving further up, what have we got? We've got a number of roof-bound options. That's interior. You've got your Sting accessory, your light bar, as per usual. You can put beacons and things on here as you would expect, beacons and lights. However, we do have a second option that I prefer. We get rid of the light bar. And here we have a light adapter. Now it does the same sort of thing. You can choose your beacons, you can choose your spot lamps, you can choose your markers, but this one sits flush with the roof of the cab. There's no bar between the cab and the accessory, and there's something about that that looks nice and clean, so we're going to keep that option. Like I say, it does pretty much the same thing as the Sting, the light bar, but just looks a bit cleaner. So put those on. And if we keep looking around, what else have we got? That's the light adapter, we've done that. Horn adapters. Again, you've got two options here. This one gives you a few points where you can mount to the roof as well. But these are going to kind of sit over the top of the accessory lights. It doesn't look that bad, actually. Doesn't look that bad at all. But I do like the side one. You can choose to put your air horns straight to the side, which is something I like. Again, there's a kind of a retro look about that that sits well with me. What else have we got? We've got the turbo wing. Not my cup of tea, but if you like that sort of thing, it's there for you. Horn adapter we've seen. Interior lights we don't want to look at. That's an interior thing. Okay, aerodynamics then. So we can fit the wings on the side. Plenty of marker lamp opportunities here for you as well. And it continues the paint scheme as well. So whoever did this skin did a really, really fine job on this. Really appreciate that. Looks good. If you want the big aero spoiler, you can choose to have that as well. In fact, that comes with both. Yep, okay. So you can have your aero spoiler. It doesn't give me any extra points on there, no. And now I've lost. There it is. The company paint does not extend up to there. It'd be nice to have the company logo, but that's not available. We're going to keep it fairly simple. This is a short haul truck. We're not doing much on this, so we'll keep the spoilers off. You do have some exhaust options as well. So you need aluminium pipes, short pipes, twin pipes. I won't choose it because I'm going to lose my paint scheme down there if I did. And that's the exterior of the truck pretty much set up. I do like that. We're going to go interior now. Let me click on there. We've got a few options. As I mentioned earlier, you can change the interior appearance by doing the back panelling. You can choose a metal option now, or you can choose to match it to the paint colour of your truck. That's obviously the red for contrast. Not a great fan. I'm just going to keep it with good old fake wood. You've got your normal driver plates that can go in, a few variants of steering wheel. You've got your onboard computer, which is a good thing on this truck because it being so old, there's limited information displayed on the dash. Also, it being old, there's no built-in GPS, so we shall go down and pick ourselves a nice big GPS to put in the window there. That will look good. Backlighting for the gauges. Now this is a great thing. You've got plenty of options here. We've got, let's have a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 7 options on backlighting. I'm going to keep it with the default green, but be warned, it is kind of bright. It is it's a little bit fierce. You're in no doubt in the fact that your lights are on. So that's a good thing in many ways. But we'll leave it green for now, but there are plenty of more subdued options as well, so you can play at your leisure. Bluetooth accessory for your phone. Not that the stereo is probably going to have Bluetooth on here, but hey ho. Dash cam, plates, dashboard accessories. Now this is also a thing on the truck. You can choose the dashboard accessory slots, but there are no options for them. Once again, it might be worthwhile looking around in the workshop and seeing for some accessory mod packs. They may well work. It's the mirror. I can't put that on. We've got the weighbridge warning system already installed into the dashboard, so that's nice. The windscreen accessories, again, we can't do anything with that because there are no options to work. And that's pretty much it. We've got a little see-through hole in the passenger door there, which is nice. We've got a fairly spacious or fairly wide bed in the back. And we're good to go. So what have we got? Quick recap. We have got a 4x2 chassis with a small 180 gallon fuel tank. We've got a medium engine of 400 horsepower output Caterpillar, mated to a 13-speed Eaton Fuller gearbox, which is very, or quite highly geared by the look of it, because it's a normal cargo suitable and barely suitable for heavy. So that's the truck configured. Let's get that purchased and moved over to my garage. Now you hit the wrong button and you lose everything. Nope, there we go. We managed not to mess it up. And here we are, parked outside our garage. We are going to make sure we're neutral. Oh, we're going to start her up. Oh, that's a nice noise. Oh, we like that. Now we're going to pop the lights on and you will see what I mean about how bright the background is there. It's kind of fierce but kind of nice at the same time. While we're here looking around the interior, we shall just go and take a look. We've got a few animated switches and dials, indicators animated as you would expect. High beam works there nicely. If we look across to the diff lock, you can just about see the diff lock being animated there, the switch, and also the Jake brake, engine brake there is nicely animated. And we're going to jump outside. Oh, that sounds good. Might be a bit loud. Let's cycle through the lights. Oh, that's nice. It has independent rear indicators, so instead of having the usual built into the tail and stop light, you've got separate indicator lights there with orange lenses. That's kind of a good thing. We've got our reversing lights. They do a good job. They work nicely. And oh, that's interesting. Look at the indicator lens there. The whole lens doesn't light up. You've very much got the effect that there's a bulb in there burning. So there's a nice bright spot in the centre of the lens, and the outer part of the lens fades off. That's a really nice effect. I like that. Well, what's the horn like? Not bad. Not bad at all. I'll tell you what, we're ready for a drive, aren't we? Let's get ourselves a job and take it from there. Okay, so here we are coming along to our pickup point for the job. We'll be there in a second. We're going to the Kenworth factory. And we're going to be picking up a few trucks to take down to the paint shop to get them painted up for Acgo. Not the usual sort of thing we haul in this truck, but it's kind of fitting. It's a lovely drive so far. The 13 speed is a bit of a smoothie. The 600 horsepower motor, 400 horsepower motor, getting carried away there, also doing very nicely. So there we go, we are picking up some trucks and we're going to take those down to Tacoma to get them painted up. Continue. Looking good. Where are we? The other thing that's worth mentioning about this truck is that it is very, very good for driving in VR. It is an absolute delight, this thing. Probably because the speedo is just so easy to read. When you're driving in VR, you've got a very limited kind of sweet spot in the lenses to catch things and have them in full resolution and nice and clear. This speedo is large, it's just below your eye line, the numbers are easy to read and it really works well. One of my favourite trucks for VR, this, along with the Mac R as well. Far better than the stock Kenworth and Pete in the game. In-game Volvo, not so bad, but this Freightliner, yeah, absolutely brilliant for VR, this thing. It's only a short hop, this. Well, it'll give us a good little feel for the truck. No one coming. There we go. The next truck's in the Acgo fleet. And there's absolutely no irony driving a Freightliner around a Kenworth factory, is there? That was easy. I thought I had advanced coupling on. Haha, possibly not. Right. Let's reset that. What have we got? We've got 49 minutes driving, 34 miles. We've got 2 hours to do it in, and we're carrying 26 tons. And we've got to go find the exit. So, off we go. Pull away first. Yep. Yep, she's not too worried. So earlier on when I said, when we were doing the configuration of this truck, there were 2 negative things I've got about this particular model. The other one is that mirror. Because, he says if we turn the corner, we're all good. When you come to look out the right hand mirror and you turn your head, the frame of the window is in the way. You need to lean forward to get a decent view out that mirror. You lean back and the frame just sits there in the corner of your vision. Ever so annoying, that. That's green, that's green, that's green, we're okay. I'll lean forward to watch the back of the truck. Come on, 400 horse, you can do it. You can do it. Obey speed limit, don't drink and drive. Pulls pretty well, this thing. What should it look like from the outside? Should look like from the outside. Jake brake like? Jake brake seems very subdued. Oh, it's louder on the inside than the outside. That's unusual. Again, the different engine and gearbox combinations on this truck. The Jake brake does have very, very different characteristics, as do all the engines, in fact. There's not an awful lot of turbo whistle on this one. Just a little bit in the background. With some of the engines. Oh, I need to go in for the weighbridge. That's disappointing. Anyone spot I forgot to change down there and I went from into 7th when it should have been 3rd. Pretend that didn't happen. Oh! Oh, it doesn't like first. Maybe I should start in low. So the Jake brake doesn't sound very loud from the outside. It sounds good on the inside though. This is our junction. Not really had a chance to get her up to speed yet. 3 levels of engine brake. And the port of Tacoma. It looks like I've not been here before. This place is huge. No, hang on. It's not that one, or is it that one? I think it is, isn't it? It's one of those funny slip roads that doesn't appear in the GPS. Yeah, we definitely wanted to take that. That's right. Rolling stop. Where are we going? Are we going down here? So we drop these off in the port and then they get picked up on the next leg. to get them painted. Just about make it through there, I think. That's good. Oh, there we go. And we've got a straight in parking approach. And there we have it. Freightliner FLB version 2 from the Steam Workshop, one of Harven's collection items. Lovely, lovely truck. I will be doing more with this truck, especially on Mexico. Like I say, that series is due to come. But anyway, if you've got this far, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It's YouTube, you know what to do. Leave the thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. Please leave a comment. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. That's it from me. Until next time, happy trucking everybody. Take it easy and see you soon. Bye for now.